So those are the three pieces when it comes to MLOps that we focus on providing tooling for. We assume that you start with a model that's trained. And again, we think that people bring a variety of sets of perspectives to how they get there. And so we are fairly agnostic to how you got there. This is one of the real differentiators between the projects I've worked on, which it's called Vetiver, versus a project like MLflow. Like we come in at a different place and provide data science practitioners more flexibility in how they get started. And then so we're version deploy monitor. So that's what Vetiver provides support for. Vetiver is a framework for MLOps in both Python and R. So there's very parallel kinds of implementations there. And what that means is that if you, as a practitioner, if you prefer to use tidy models for one kind of in R for one kind of statistical problem, but you like to use PyTorch in Python for another kind of statistical problem, you can deploy them both with the same kind of tool, and you can
Nice.
provide your, like, say your software engineer collaborator with the same kind of API that looks the same, no matter how no matter how you trained it. The other sort of differentiator for Vetiver is it is built. This aligns so much with the other things we've said, but it is built for a data science practitioner to use. It is not built with a general software engineer user in mind. It is built with a data science user in mind. And like, I think different orgs make different decisions about this. Like, who is responsible for getting a model kind of the last mile, like getting it deployed at really large organizations. There's whole teams that is their whole job, right? But for many medium sized organizations or even small ones, it's like, who should do this? Who should do this? And my hypothesis is that the best person to do it is the person who has the most domain knowledge about the model. And if we can give that person the tool so that they can hand it off a little later in the process, like not hand off some like really raw thing, but actually be the one that packages up, deploys the model, that we end up with better machine learning practice overall because they have the most knowledge about the model and how it works.
Wow, yeah, thank you for that tour of Vetiver. It sounds like the compatibility, having support for both Python and R in one place, allowing me. I mean, there are still some things that I love to do in R. I
Yeah,
primarily use Python these days, but there's things like, particularly for me, around creating visualizations
yeah,
that are with the ggplot library.
for sure. For
so much,
sure.
so much better than
Unmatched,
anything. Yeah,
unmatched.
unmatched. And so, yeah, there's reasons for me to be using both together. And so it's great that with Vetiver, I can be deploying both languages together and monitoring across all those three key steps that you outlined there: version, deploy, and monitor.
Yeah.